Hope I'm sending it. Yep, okay. I'm sending it to the right place.
There's a lot of new people in here I hadn't seen.
Yeah, it's cool. Getting some new people in Bronze Boot Camp. All right, guys. This is Bronze Boot Camp, like I just friggin' said, I guess. Seagrove's out today, so I'm going to be joined by a couple different people throughout the games. We'll be switching in and out here. I got Frown Power, one of the podcast regulars in the channel. How you doing today, buddy?
All right, how are you?
I'm doing great. How are you doing? No comment. All right. So, guys, this is Bronze Boot Camp, a game mode designed specifically for bronze players to come in. We'll commentate on your games. You can go into our Twitch channel or our YouTube channel and then go watch the games. You can find out what you did, and we're hoping to, improve your gameplay. So, we're going to be talking a lot about basic things. I don't know if there's a champion that we really know, we'll try to help you out on that specific champion. Anything in and under the sun, just to try to get you out of bronze. There's a lot of different things we'll be talking about this morning, and I think we're still doing our MVPs for the games. So I'll be keeping track of that here. Get some paper and shit. So you T-Force plug. I forgot to mention, we are doing this through the Trinity Force podcast. If you like their stuff, want to find out more about them, you can go to www.trinityforcepodcast.com. You can find out all the different podcasts there. There's the podcast proper, the LCS Rundown, and the AZOLL podcast, and sort of an unofficial podcast there is the Journey to 30, which is especially good for new players or players learning to improve certain mechanics. Also there you can find all the information for Battle Arena and Bronze Boot Camp for the times that we go live and what regions we're doing it in. Let's go through pick some bands here. Frown, tell us a little bit about the bands.
Well, it looks like Purple Team, with the new jungle out, they banned out the Warwick and the Nunu, which are two of the stronger junglers in the new jungle. We got another jungle ban from Blue Team with Rammus. His gangster's still really strong.
I don't notice him as much anymore, especially because his jungle clear really got hurt.
Yeah, his jungle clear did get hurt, but he can still get into lane and cause some havoc. Yeah,
ruin your day.
As long as he can get through his jungle, okay. But if you can kind of harass him or something early, it's a little harder to do that. And then the other three bans are just snowball assassins, which is. For bronze level, those are decent bans because if somebody doesn't know how to play against one or knows how to play against one and just doesn't do it very well, then they can really turn the whole game around.
No, definitely. I've been noticing one of the other popular junglers to come out has been Pantheon, especially since that video came out where you can solo the dragon once you have like 1.2 attack speed and take no damage. But he's still really strong. He's been really strong in the ganking phase with his targeted stun and burst damage. You have to get ahead early, though, if you're going to play Pantheon, because he does fall off incredibly hard late game.
Yeah, I'll be interested to see who Purple Team matches with the Callista, and then who the Blue Team plays.
Well, they have
lane.
Yeah, Lucian's locked in. I've been playing a lot of Callista because, when she came out, her mechanics. Oh man, she seemed really cool, but I've been far from impressed from her actual gameplay in lane.
Well, I've only played her once, and that was in a team builder game the night she came out. So I played against another Callista, and I was the better Callista in the lane. But I'm not an ADC by any means, so it was really a different. Yeah,
she's not an AD carry that you want to pick up just right off the bat. It takes a lot of good micro to play her correctly. So if you haven't worked on auto attack canceling with other champions in the bot lane, don't try to play Callista because that is a huge part of her kit. So okay.
All right, Thresh Solution. That's a really strong bottom lane.
Yeah.
I do play a lot of Thresh.
I want to see the Thresh change to Exhaust. They don't have the potential for a kill lane down there. They need to be working. And especially that exhaust is doubly effective against Callista.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of Ignite on supports. I know there's a place for it, but I'm a support main, and I always run exhaust no matter what.
It is just more safe. Like there are certain lanes, like if you're playing a Blitzcrank, and a few other supports, like maybe a Karma or a Brand, if you can take that Ignite, or an Annie, where you can really just burst out them and get an early kill to snowball the lane, that's fine. But it's just, yeah, you're right. It's just safer all around to be taking that exhaust. And he does switch over to the exhaust, so bravo. All right. Okay, so the teleport.
We have a Riven mid.
I think so, yeah.
We have a teleport on Rumble.
And the other teleport on Udyr. I see this often, especially at the lower elos.
It can be good because of the split push thing, but if you get caught out in your jungle, you're stuck.
Yeah. I understand the purpose. Anywhere. Yeah, and with this, you just kind of have to go like the Gadir route and just focus mainly on split pushing, I think.
I mean, that's about all you can do because you're so linear with Udyr. You know, there's only one way you can get into a gank, and that's running straight at them. And you know, Leona can Zenith Blade and stun you, and then the ADC can open up on you, or or you can just get stopped so many different ways. Thresh can, or you know, if you're playing against a Thresh, they can hook you, or Morgana can bind you, and then your gank is just
yeah, it's completely ruined. Yeah. So in the bottom lane, as far as like AD carries to go against Callista, Lucian's one of the better ones. Lucian, or I think Graves, who have that ability to keep up with Callista as she's trying to hop around, and they're just, you know, amount of burst damage and, you know, poke. They're able to out-trade Callista. I'll be interested to see which route this Callista goes. I've been seeing, you know, generally two different camps with Callista. Either you rush the Blade of the Ruined King or you rush Eye Edge. I have seen some people rush Hurricane just to be, you know, as much of a jerk as possible moving around.
Does the Hurricane affect your rend? Like, do you throw 3 spears at stick, or just the one? Oh.
So it's good for a team fight, I guess, but I personally like the Eye Edge route better. It just, like, for the first couple times, like, I did the Blade of the Ruined King, and it does feel good in lane, but you're not making a full use of your Q and your rend, because your Q scales incredibly well off of AD, and so does your rend. And while you are getting the more attack speed off of that, I still prefer getting extra damage. And I don't like running Shiv first. It's just, yeah, it's the only, like, overall I don't like Shiv as a rush, because it's just, you're attacking fast, but you're not doing much damage at all.
I've played with it a little bit. Like I said, I'm not a big ADC, I'm not a good ADC really, but I've rushed it a couple times, and you are weaker in lane. Like, they can have just a BF sword, and you have your finished attack Shiv, and they're still stronger than you.
Yeah. It's not worth the trade. You can't push the lane enough to really compensate for like a 1v1s.
I mean, the reason the pros do it is because they get 2 extra gold per CS, and they just don't miss CS. So, you know, they get the Shiv really fast, and then, you know, then they can get their BF sword almost instantly because of the extra gold from the Avarice Blade.
And then there's also 2 camps in Callista so far. Besides getting Blade of the Ruined King or Eye Edge, there's also maxing Rend or maxing her Q. It's piercing something, isn't it? I can't remember what the name of the skill is. Let me look.
I don't remember the skill name.
Yeah, Pierce. It's just Pierce. I've mainly seen just double lift max the Rend. Mainly everyone else will max the Q.
Yeah, I haven't paid attention. I've been watching Piglet play it quite a bit. And I haven't really paid attention to what he's maxing, but The pros that I've just seen Piglet, but um, he's done really well with it.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so let's see. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, Crazy Carl. He's got a load in. Is he loaded in for you?
Nope.
All right. We'll have to see. He's gonna make or break it. Yeah, he does. So
Well,
purple wins.
That casting skin is on sale right now for $260. So
It's still 3.5 versus 3. I don't know. Should the Spirit Guard or Duke count as 1.5?
I don't know. Probably. It's a nice skin.
It's nice, but it's just like everyone got that skin.
It's true.
Which reminds, like, we still are missing our ultimate skin from this year. Where's DJ Sona?
I think we need an ultimate Tarek skin.
Oh God! Just so people come back and play Tarek in lane or jungle Tarek. I can't justify playing Tarek in most situations where I could pick like a Leona or someone else.
I don't know. He's really strong. Like, I've had games where the ADC thinks to help me out in the jungle, and then I kill the ADC solo. Like,
wow.
Because he's got that armor shred, and if you get right on top of him, that stun does more damage than your ult does a ton of damage to him, and makes your auto attacks hit really hard.
Yeah. So hey guys in chat, if you got any questions about the game or any of the champions, anything in general for League, don't be afraid to ask them. We'll try to answer them as they come up when we're not focusing on the game. Also, if you have any suggestions, who do you think was the MVP? Shout it out in chat. Well, I'll mark it down here. Well, because we're still trying to find a MVP for the week, someone who not necessarily has the flashiest play, but affects the game the most. And there's a lot of snowbally champs for each team, like Udyr, Riven, Kassadin, Vi to a certain extent.
Yeah, I'll be interested to see the. I played Kassadin into Riven last week. I was watching the place promotion tournaments or whatever.
Yeah.
And they were playing Kassadin top lane, so I decided I wanted to try it out, and I wanted to team builder, and I played against the Riven, and the early.
Wasn't it Mach Noon?
Yeah. No, Mach Noon was playing Poppy.
Oh God. I'm waiting for that to be nerfed.
But I can't remember who it was, but it looked fun, so I went to play it. And the early game, Kassadin versus Riven, is in Riven's favor. Riven's really strong with that, but
yeah, no, definitely.
After I started roaming, like Riven was, she would chase me through the jungle or something, and I went into mid lane and used my Rift Walk and got a double kill while she was chasing me. And at that point, I started snowballing off of that. I think Kassadin's gonna have to do the same thing. Like, he's in mid lane right now, so he's got a lot easier time to roam.
All right, we got 30
But
seconds until
he's gonna have to roam to be effective.
Yeah, once he hit that level 6. So I think he's just got to play safe here. You're not going to be the one to go all in against this Riven here. So yeah, play safe in the mid lane, go roam. Bottom lane is going to be your best chance of success with the Leona and Callista, because they have like CZ for days.
Yeah, it's a pretty strong lane. I still want to see a Callista with a really strong Alistar.
It's like, I like range supports with Callista. They're just overall more like effective for her passive, her W passive.
It is, but it's not with her ult.
No, it still is, because you hit them and then they get the bounce back farther. So I mean, you can still get them and they still stay safe. So you're still getting that good knock-up. So, and especially with like a Nami, if you're getting your W with her Tidecaller's Blessing on top of that, it makes you really hard to, stop in lane. So I'm in, like, even Thresh and Callista is really strong.
Yeah, I can see that. I had a Leona in my game with Callista,
Mm-hmm.
and it was really strong.
Yep. Okay, so Riven just hit level 2. Now's the time, like, you want to jump in on Decant. Yep, right there. You're going way too deep, though, buddy. Out. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Oh, shit.
Oh wow.
And oh, shit, he lived.
Yeah, for the most part, I don't like flashing for ignite. Just sometimes you just have to let the kill go, even though you can get it.
Uh-huh.
Because
I really thought he would have died there.
I did too, but
He must have gotten his shield back up in time.
yeah,
In general, I think the like a longsword 3 start would have been better for Riven. Just because then you can go back, you can get into an upgraded item right off the bat. Whether it be a brutalizer or, vamp scepter.
yeah, and especially since most of Riven's damage is from spells and not auto attacks, so you get damage from auto attacks, but the
Well,
majority
especially,
of the
like,
damage.
you can do a lot of auto attack cancellation, and that's where a lot of the hidden damage comes in with the good Riven players.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, you're right. You just generally get more sustain and be safer when you're ready to go for that all-in. If you go the longsword 3.
And especially in the bronze and silver level, people don't really trade with Riven. I don't trade with Riven very much.
Mhm.
I just try to let her use her skills, and then I go in.
Yeah, and that's the thing against Riven. Like, let her try to use her skills, and when she's on her cooldowns, then you have to engage on her. Because most of the time, if she's ahead and all her skills up, she's going to be the one coming out of all the trades on top.
Mm-hmm. She doesn't have mana or anything. It's all cooldown based. So
Yep.
Yep.
I haven't talked about the top lane too much right now. With your Rumble and you're going the pots 5, you should really be trying to shove out. You shouldn't be getting shoved into tower like this. So go ahead, try to, you can manage the aggro with the extra regen you're getting from the pots. So it's okay to take a little bit of harass as long as you're pushing out the wave some.
yeah, and Renekton will respect you to an extent, but if you're acting scared, then he's gonna
He's gonna bully you like a Renekton wants to.
yeah.
Yeah. And you have to be, I don't play a whole lot of Rumble because I'm just god awful out of him. But I at least know that you really need to maintain like your danger zone passive. Like you should almost always either try to be in the danger zone.
Yeah, that's one reason I don't really play Rumble, because I can't do that.
I'm not too good at like dot champions. That's not really the play style I like. But I won't deny like Rumble's a really, really good champion.
Oh yeah, if he's played well, he definitely will win games.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So when you're playing Callista, there's a couple different things you can try for like quick damage. If you're auto-attacking a minion, get a couple stacks of rend on them, then try to Q on them so they die and onto the enemy. Then you can you got the Q damage onto them as well as the rend stacks. Yeah. Oh, nice Vi.
That was good. That was a good job by Vi, realizing that the gank was coming in and not going too far away.
Okay. They're both junglers going the Trailblazer route. Interesting, though. I would have figured Udyr would have gone with like a more gank-centered smite.
Yeah,
But so now he's like, I think he's definitely gonna go more of that just like counter jungling, get the Feral Flare equivalent. I haven't learned many of the new names for the jungle items.
Yeah, I haven't really played with the jungle since the changes. Oh, that
Too
Leona
scary.
is really deep.
Yep.
With Vi getting her ult, kind of saved her.
Oh, one auto attack too soon. I heard the equalizer.
Yeah, if you would have done the equalizer towards the turret, I think it may have.
Yeah, the
Ended
equalizer
up-
is one that you don't want to smart cast. Like it just, unless you really know Rumble and how to smart cast it, it's just so hard to really get it well. Okay, Tsunamic on Riven, you really need to work on like auto attack canceling in between your Qs, so it's auto attack.
Q auto.
No, auto Q, auto. Because you get the auto, and you can cancel the auto attack animation by starting your Q then. So it's auto Q, move while you're queuing, auto Q, move while you're queuing. Because you can cancel the Q animation by moving, clicking away from the direction you're going. So like, yeah, you can get the whole three, once you hit like your 1.0 attack speed, you can get all three of your Qs off with 3 auto attacks within like 1 second. 1.5. Okay, so Cassidy, now you're level 6. You're at a good point to roam, and you have to realize now, like, yeah, staying in lane's not beneficial for you against the Riven. So you need to coordinate with your bottom lane. Say, hey guys, I'm gonna come bottom. Can we set up for a gank? You know.
Yeah, and you know, Kalista, when you get down there, Kalista can pick up Leona, and Leona can lunge at him, and she's got all kinds of lockdown, and you know, you're gonna have some damage to go behind it.
Yeah, this Rumble's still just getting shoved in.
Yeah, I'm not real familiar with that matchup up there because Renekton's not really played a whole lot anymore. But I mean, he is a lane bully, and Rumble is too at the same point. Just I think Furry's just kind of playing it a little too safe.
Yeah, so like Cassidy, now that you have your ulti, you can get away from the Riven, which is fine, but you're still so far down in CS that staying in that mid lane is not going to help you. You need to be roaming around. Oh.
That's about getting caught out in the jungle.
Yep.
I would like to see Furry up here in the top lane. I'd like to see him be a little more aggressive. He's got a 9 CS lead. He's got the cloth armor to help with his trading, and he's got his haunting guys.
Yeah. That was a good call by the Riven to go to drag. They could definitely do that right now. But Vi's already back up right now, so now when you're signaling it, you're now in a bad spot. Because if they come while you're doing drag and you're taking a lot of damage, you could turn around altogether. But you need to make that decision, and you need to make it as soon as as soon as you can.
Yeah, with the dragon being as strong as it is right now, whenever somebody calls dragon, you need to move on it. You know, bottom lane's pushed up right now, so they would at least have to push it past their, off their tower before they could come.
Well, they don't need to. Like, even if they went to dragon and baited bot lane in, they may have not gotten the dragon, but they could then go in and get a double kill on the bot lane. That was a good flash from Cassidy to try to get away.
Shut down.
Yeah, to me that was another one of those that you just sometimes have to let the kill go.
And I gotta say, like, at this point, there's no point in trying to gank mid lane. Mid lane's done, okay?
Yeah,
When you're at a point where the enemy laner can at least get 1 kill out of a gank, don't even bother with it. You need to go to another lane where you know you're going to be able to get a kill.
if you're looking at your lanes right now, you have you don't really have any that are winning, but you have your bottom lane's not losing.
Bot lane's the best chance of success.
And Leona needs to get out of here.
Mm-hmm.
It's 1 versus 2, and you don't do any damage. Alright, Red's calling for dragon now.
Oh, Renekton's going way too deep here.
Yeah, he thought he had backup, but Cassidon and Vi chased the Riven.
So, yeah, Riven died, but, oh, guys, do dragon. Please do dragon. Guys, you need to be taking objectives here. It's 13 minutes into the game. There's no towers down, no dragons down. You need to start making these early objectives, okay? Like, you can get a dragon by 6 minutes if you have everyone there.
To let it be like, you should be getting ready for the second dragon.
Yeah, I mean, like, you can't keep going, okay, guys, we just killed their Renekton, let's go back. You need to be doing something with that lead.
Right now, blue team's up 8-3, and if you put their item advantage with 8% or whatever it is from the dragon, then they're just gonna probably snowball off that.
Yeah. So we got a tip from chat for Rumble here. When you're getting stunned by a Renekton, try to have your Flame Spitter on so you're facing a Renekton, so you're still getting damage off while you're stunned. Just a little heads up for that. I didn't know that. That's a good reason.
And that's any stun champion, I believe.
Yeah, no, definitely. Yeah, they were low on mana for that dragon, but that would have not been a... That's not an issue.
Yeah, it wasn't going to get smite stolen because the Udyr was really low.
Yeah, there's no reason to overestimate how much damage dragon will do at this point. It really doesn't do that much. Like, as long as you're not grouped up together and all taking that cone damage, it's still just as easy as the Blast Dragon. And you can still manage aggro just as the Last Dragon.
And if you play it right, you can avoid most of the cone damage anyway.
Yeah.
You just have, you have your support or something to the side just moving in and out, and the dragon will keep turning and resetting.
Yep. Narky18, because Rumble's Flame Spitter isn't a channeled ability, it wouldn't cancel it because of the stun, because it's like Renekton's ultimate with that AoE. If he gets stunned, it doesn't cancel the damage going around it. Like, as soon as it goes, it's going for that duration, then nothing can stop that. Saying that, like, you can Zanya's while you're using your Flame Spitter, and it won't stop that damage because it's going already. Okay. Yep. Leona placing that pink ward there. Don't unless you know you have control of that spot. Don't waste your pink ward. You can put it in a better place. A better place to put it there would have probably been in your blue, like that brush in your blue.
I don't like to pink the river unless I'm blue side and I can keep the lane shoved up.
Yeah, unless you can keep the lane shoved and you know you're ahead, then don't place it in the river.
Hey, even when you're purple side and you keep the lane shoved up, the jungle can still come up and at least get a few hits on it. I would have liked to seen Tesla come off the buff a little earlier than he did.
Okay, you gotta teleport down here. Doesn't matter, let them go. Go do dragon. You don't need to tower that. Go do dragon.
Yeah, they're not gonna contest the dragon.
Like, dragon is incredibly important now. You can't just, like, yeah, you need to be getting that. Like, by now, if you would have gotten that first dragon, you could have already had a second dragon right now.
Yeah.
And you can't be grouped up like you guys aren't. Only one person should be standing right in front of the dragon, because look, that cone attack hit 3 of you.
Blue team's turret has been destroyed.
You know,
Yeah.
there's no reason for that.
Yeah, you need to, like, resetting the dragon aggro was always something that you wanted to do, but it's really important now with the cone, and especially keeping it pointed away from everybody.
Okay, so Udyr is going with the Pharaoh Flare into... Yeah, he's going the God Ear route.
He is ahead right now, and he's not ganking, so I don't, or he's not ganking, so I don't hate it. I hate when I see an Udyr and he just stays in his jungle the whole game. Or
Yeah, and that's the good thing with the new Pharaoh Flare. You don't have to stay in the jungle and get that item.
yeah.
Okay. So, did Kassadin like actually roam at any time? I don't think like he ever did.
I haven't seen it.
Yeah. Like, you need to realize early when you're gonna be like behind in your lane, because at that point, the like worst thing you're gonna be feeding more kills. Like at best, being in your lane, you're gonna be shoved to tower. You know, versus if you go and help other lanes, you're gonna be able to catch back up in kills in gold. Okay. So they trade 1-for-1 and the turret. Unless Vide's gonna keep... Nope. Okay, so... Yeah. Kalista rushed the static shiv, and it just... You can see... I'll watch down bottom here for a while to just... Like, it just doesn't do enough damage. Especially when you're against a Lucian with an Infinity Edge.
Yeah.
Blue team's turret has
The
been
only
destroyed.
person that I really think it gives any kind of advantage to is Tristana, because it works with her E to push the wave.
I've seen it done on Caitlyn, just so you can get more of the headshot passives off, and you're already able to shove the lane. And like
Yeah.
in certain scenarios, it works okay.
Yeah, Punch did that in the T-Force and LCS proper games.
Uh huh. Like, if you wanted an item for attack speed, I would rather see Blade of the Rune King, because it's more balanced. You're still getting a good amount of damage.
Yeah, and it'll help you get, you know, when Udyr comes to lane, it'll help you knock him down, even though he hasn't really built tanky yet.
Red team's turret has been destroyed.
Okay. So, after you got the Tiamat, Riven, I would have rather seen you do Yomu's as an upgrade versus Black Cleaver, because you have a AP top laner, and when you're that ahead, that extra armor, flat armor penetration and crit chance, I mean, it will do more than the little bit of armor shred you're getting.
Right there, I don't like to see Udyr went for Krugs while the whole team was right there on the other side of the wall. It's not a safe move at all. And then Thresh came in to try to save him, but he tried by hooking somebody. It's a lot better to throw your lantern and like over the wall, and it's a little safer to do it that way if you're even going to do it at all.
Yeah, okay, Crossend says, wouldn't it be a good idea to get Zeal first and sit on it and build damage? I've never really seen Zeal be the item to build. Like, in any AD carry, like, if you're gonna build the Shiv first, you would normally see them get the GP10 item.
Yeah, you get
Before then.
two extra gold for every CS you get.
Yeah, but I understand what you're coming from, like, here, to get that little bit of attack speed to help you out in lane. And you can get that attack speed just from your runes. Like, you can run 3 quints of attack speed, and that'll give you roughly the amount that you would get from the Zeal. Anyways, Avarice Blade, thank you. But, yeah, I'd rather just see the runes from attack speed and then build into damage.
See, Romo's got his Leandry's finished, and
Yeah.
his sword boots, so he should be doing quite a bit of damage in team fights if they can get everybody together.
It looks like they get everybody down here bottom. Okay, Dragon's up in 30 seconds, so I'm hoping they signaled for that. But what they need to be doing now is looking for one pick. They need to kill one person. That's it. And Vi's going way too ham here.
Yeah, Vi's volunteering to be that person. Alright. Yeah, there we go.
Hey,
There's
good equalizer. Good.
Team double kill.
Riven all in the middle that's able to get plenty of kills. Okay, you don't need to keep chasing Kalista. Just, yeah, you can back off, man.
Alright, you need to grab Dragon now. That
Yep.
blue buff doesn't matter.
No. Yeah, everybody back off. Get it quick, then you can decide what to do. You have to remember, death timers at this point are still pretty low. Let's see what... If people stop grouping up. There you go.
Blue team has slain the dragon.
It was a good team fight by blue there.
Yeah, that was just not a good engage by Vi. If you're, like, you have to realize at this point you're behind. Your mid lost the lane, your top lost the lane, your bottom kind of lost the lane. So if you're going to be using your ult to engage, it has to be onto, like, a small group of people. You're looking for skirmishes, not team fights to initiate.
If you also look at your team, you know, Vi's good for picking one person and killing.
Let your Leona be the one to engage.
Cassidon's better with one. You know, ADCs are all ADCs. They just kind of focus whoever's closest, and then you know, Renekton is better for just one. Unless his ult's up, then he's doing some AoE damage, but they don't have a whole lot of AoE on their team. And then you look at the other team, and Riven does a lot of splash damage with her skills, and then
Plus the Tiamat now. Yeah.
You have Rumble that has his equalizer that just devastated that team fight.
Yeah.
And you know, Udyr, he's one that's better with picks, but then you got Lucian and you got Thresh, they're both good team fight champions. So I mean, your team comp is set up for picks instead of
like that. That's good. That's good. Oh, Jesus. Great dunk. Okay, so now you killed 2 people. Keep pushing that tower.
Yeah, they're not gonna push you off that tower. Just take it.
That's a good comeback for the purple team.
Turret has been destroyed.
Okay. So 25 minutes in, neither team I don't think can really look for Baron at this point.
No, I would have liked to see a little more tanky build on the Udyr. He is 5-2.
Yeah,
Instead of the Trinity Force Rush, I mean, you have a Rumble top and a
I
Riven
think
mid.
he's going into Frozen Heart.
Yeah. Which is fine.
Yeah.
I think a cheaper offensive item would have served him better.
As far as like a defense, well,
run.
going into a defense item now, I would have really liked to see that new item. What's it called? That builds out of the
Catalyst.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't think of what it's called right now, but
That would be really good, especially because they have like Cassid and they've got Kalista that can really, try to kite the team.
and it'll help you. Yeah, it'll help you get in fights by a lot.
Yeah, Riven's still missing out on like a lot of opportunities to get free damage with auto attacks in between her skills. Because let's see, her passive is it's not showing me how much, but it'll be around like 100 extra damage on auto attacks.
That was a good Leona ult there, but you didn't have to fight with it.
No, that was a bad decision there because it was a 5v2.
Yeah, the ult would have probably gotten them to back off the tower for a second, but when y'all engaged on it, they had 2 kills and then.
Thank you, chat. Righteous glory. That's the name of that new item.
Okay.
I'd really like to see that on Udyr.
Yeah, and it's a strong item. I built it on a Thresh game yesterday, and I killed somebody with the splash when I was running at them.
Does it? I don't think it does damage. It's just a slow. Okay, dragon's up 1.5 minutes. So if purple wants to get that dragon, I don't think they. First, I don't think they have the timer for it. But you know, they need to find Udyr or Riven. They need to find them alone, and they need to pick them off. So they should be roaming in groups of 2 or 3 together in the purple team.
They should get a ward on dragon at least, and if they see that blue's going, they need to immediately make a call to go to Baron to try to.
I don't think they have the damage to do it. They certainly don't have the ability to really tank it up either.
Yeah, you're probably right.
I understand. Yeah, no, it'd be good. You got to get something because you really can't contest that dragon. Like, yeah, if you see the blue team at dragon, don't go to do dragon because their 5 versus your 5, they're going to win so much harder.
Rampage.
Yeah, you want to do something else if you see them at dragon.
Mm-hmm. Good equalizer. That was a second really great equalizer.
Blue team double kill.
He had another good one in that fight in mid, but they were just outnumbered and lost the fight. But
Red team's turret has been destroyed.
yeah, since they've got the dragon, they've won 17-5, and they're going straight to get their 4th dragon right now, and I can't stop
Third.
them. Is this their 3rd?
Yep. So they'll be getting extra move speed. For them, that's a really good improvement because, you know, like we said before, purple's got a lot of really good disengage, so that extra move speed will help them in team fights. You know, if they needed any help. Okay. I would have rather seen BT for Lucian as a 3rd item, or possibly something like an IE, Trinity Force. Just because, you know, with that, you're not getting too much use out of the extra armor penetration.
Yeah.
No one on their team, like, Kassadin's the only one that's built any armor, basically.
Hey, you guys need to get a tower and go.
Turret has been destroyed.
Okay, so they'll be able to catch. Huh? There we go. Yep. That was really close for Vi. Hopping over the wall like that. You had to, like, yeah, the rest of your team's not there to help you because they can't jump over the wall.
Yeah. After you take an objective and you guys are low, a lot of times it's better just to back.
Yeah.
Because they were coming back, all of them with full health. And
Yep.
You had several people that were below half, and that's what turned that fight around. Not that their team is stronger, but the fact that they had more health combined than you guys did.
Yeah. And I haven't talked about this yet, but like as far as AD carries for team fights, Kalista is not a great one. Like unless you're already ahead, there's not a whole lot you can contribute. Just because you're so focused on kiting in the back lines, you're really kind of just left out. Whereas, you know, someone like Lucian's able to contribute a lot of AoE extra damage in the fight.
And she's not the only ADC like that. Like, ADCs, just like any other role, they all have
It's sort of like Vayne
things
there.
that they're good at. Like, you know,
In team fights, you want to play more like Vayne.
Kalista has a lot of utility in her kit, and that's what that's where she's strong.
Okay, so now, like last season, I would have said for the blue team just to ignore Baron. This season, I'd say they need to get it. Just because, like, how strong it is to help that extra siege potential.
Yeah, if
Oh, Vi, you've made a very bad mistake.
yeah, Vi's dead.
So now they can just do dragon for free. Like, that's free dragon. No point in trying to... oh. Okay. I thought... Yeah, that's the free inhibitor, too.
If they get Baron, then the game's gonna be over.
Yep.
And the game may be over anyway.
Yep.
Red team's inhibitor has been destroyed. Red team's turret has been destroyed.
Yeah, they just need to back off now. They just need to back off now. Nice play.
Red team's inhibitor has been destroyed. Blue team's turret has been destroyed.
Purple team's just delaying the inevitable right now.
Mm-hmm.
They got to back off for a minute, but all they gotta do is go back and get some health, and then
Yeah. I don't mean to say that they need Baron to finish this game. It just makes it a lot easier.
yeah, you empower all the minions that are with you. And then,
Yeah, it's crazy how much it empowers the minions. I'm waiting for them to really tone it down because it's really strong.
yeah, you have your siege minion that can't even get hit by the tower, and then your melee minions taking 80% reduced damage.
Yeah, now's not a good time to bear it. They're all back up now, but you do okay, yeah. Yeah. Riven, at this point, like, your goal is to be more of an assassin. Because you just build straight AD, you can't jump into the 4 people on their team. Generally, like, unless you're boxing can just get an instant quadra kill. You know, but...
You guys really need to back and take care of him, but it's gonna be too late, I think.
Red team's turret has been destroyed.
Well, let's stop that, but yeah, it's too late.
This Thresh keeps trying to pick fights one-on-one with people, and he doesn't have any
Well, he
damage.
knows Lucian's right behind him, and he should be coming towards him. Like, no, that was good by Thresh. Like, if I try to bait it out, let Vi hit you some more, get down to like half health, to really bait her in. And then as long as you have the rest of your team to help you, like, if Lucian would have actually came towards you, instead of just going for Dragon, like, that would have been really good.
Blue team has slain the dragon.
Okay, so now that's their 4th Dragon, so that's an extra 15% damage to towers, which they don't need at this point anyways, because they're down to the Nexus.
Yeah, there's one tower on the map, and it doesn't really matter for him.
No. So, okay, might as well get Baron now. How far along is that? Okay, so Cassidon's almost got that completed. It's still really late. Like, to be at 37 minutes and not have your, Ooh, good try.
Yeah, he went with the Zonya's Rush, which against Riven isn't terrible, but you want to just get the Seekers and then
like, your tier.
yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, that'll be game here.
Killing spree. Blue team double kill. Blue team double kill. Purple team's
Good game all around.
spawning soon.
Like if I had to pick an MVP for this, I think I'd go with Rumble.
Yeah, well, I probably would too. He affected like every 5-on-5 team fight they were in. He was the reason they won.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the rest of them, like, everyone did well. I mean, even the team that lost, like, they had good points to them.
Yeah. The only thing about the Rumble that I don't know if I agree with is the the Crystal Scepter second.
I don't mind it. Like,
I don't hate it, but I think if he would have went into the death cap before that, and I mean he got both of them anyways. It doesn't really matter. But the only thing that you're really getting out of the Crystal Scepter is the slow on your Flame Spitter, whereas with the Rabadons you would have just had a lot more damage, and you still have your slow on your E, and I believe your old slows as well.
mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I mean, I would have just changed the order of those two, but everybody else, you're looking at them, their builds look fine.
Yeah, okay, so that's the end of the first game here. We got some more games coming up. I'm going to shut the stream off for just a second, and then we'll be right back.